Welcome to the world of colors. I'm Colors. Today we're going to be making a boy and girl trick-or-treater gnome in their pumpkin costumes. They're really cute, plush, 14-inch collectibles. And I thought you'd really enjoy seeing them and making them. I'm going to show you what it would take to make them in materials over here on my table. It takes a 15 by 25 inch piece of neon orange fleece for the body. It's 15 by 25 inch. And it takes a 10 by 10 inch piece of tan felt for the head. A 2 by 4 inch, two 4 by 5 inch pieces of tan felt for the hands. 2 3-inch by 9-inch pieces of pine needle fleece from Joann Fabrics for the arms. In the same pine needle fleece, you want 2 leaves. They're 2 inches by 4 inches. Just cut those leaves ahead of time. And then you're going to want to cut out your Halloween jack-o'-lantern face with the black felt. And 3 pieces, strips of the green, pine needle green fleece to go on their stem. These are, I'm trying to remember the measurements, I don't have it wrote down here. A 1/4 inch by 5 inch, I believe, that go on the stem. And then we have the 1/2 inch by 12 inch piece of neon orange for the ribbon on the top of the head. And then the 2 12 inch by 1/2 inch pieces of purple fleece for the bows in the hair. And then on the hair we have 2 1 3/4 by 4 1/2 pieces of yellow fur for the hair, or you could use whatever color that you have. And then just a little scrap piece of yellow fur for the bangs. And then we're going to need 2 6 by 6 pieces of neon green for the trick-or-treat bag. And 2 more 6 by 6 pieces of the neon green in the fleece for the stem. We'll need 2 1-inch by 3-inch pieces of the neon green fleece to go around the wrists. We'll need 2 6-inch by 8-inch pieces of the black felt for the shoes. We'll need the flat marbles, the polyester fiber fill, your rubber bands, your scissors, your glue gun, some blush for the nose, for the face, excuse me. And we're going to need 2 thin hair rollers, 8-inch thin ones, they're skinny. I got these at 5 and below for the arms. We're going to need a neon green and a neon orange chenille stems. And we're going to need an orange permanent marker. And that should be it, besides your glue sticks. So I'll be right back with you. I'm going to clear this table off a little bit so I have some room to work, and we're going to get started on this project. So the first thing that we want to do is take our 15 by 25 inch piece of neon orange fleece for the body, and we're going to glue it down the short sides So we want to start with our hot glue gun and just be as straight as you can be going along, about a 1/4 inch in. And I'm only going to go about halfway because I don't want my glue to start setting up on me before I get to the end. And then you want to let that set up for a couple minutes. Make sure the warmth is gone out of it. You see how I'm going to make the girl today, and the boy is just slightly different with his hair. I've got his bangs just whisked off to the side and a little bit of hair on both sides behind the leaves. You can see his hair peeking out, and that's about the only difference in the two. So we'll talk about the hair at the end of the video difference. Okay, I think this is ready to, well, we're not going to turn it quite yet. Get ahead of myself. We're going to take a piece of rubber band and we're going to gather this all at the bottom all together. And then take your rubber band and rubber band it together. And that's what your bottom should look like. A nice smooth seam there. And you want to take your bag that you have now and put some flat marbles in the bottom. Not a whole lot. I take them and put them around in a circle down there. Maybe a few more. If we can get a shot of what that looks like down there. And then we're going to fill it with polyester fiber fill. Really full. We want a nice round pumpkin. Let's see what I think. That looks pretty good. Then you want to take your rubber band and just fasten it. And now you have your beginnings. You want to work with your seam in the back. I put another rubber band around this stub part that's going to be underneath the stem. Now we're going to start by putting the head together and getting that attached. We'll need the 10 by 10 inch piece of tan felt. And you just want to make it like you're making the hands. want to put your polyester fiber fill in the middle. About like that for the head. And you just want to fasten it with the rubber band. Clip off the extra. We want to glue it right to the stub here. I just made sure that my seam was right there in the back. My head is on the opposite side. I'm going to let that set up and I'll be right back with you. Okay, the head is set up now. And I want to put a little blush on her cheeks. About like that. And then I want to go right straight ahead and make the hands. You take your two 4" by 5" pieces of tan felt for the hands. They're kind of small hands. They're not tiny, but they're smaller than what I normally make. Just push that right in there. So you want two hands about this size. I'm going to cut them, the extra off here. I'm going to set the hands aside while I wrap the arms in the Evergreen fleece. You want to take out your two pieces of 3" by 9" Evergreen fleece. I got that at Joann's. And your two 8" skinny rollers that I got at 5 and Below. And we will get to wrapping the rollers. You just want to start by running a bead of hot glue along the long edge of one of your pieces of evergreen fleece. And then lay your skinny rod right on top of the glue. And we're going to set that one up here so it can set up. And we'll do the second one. We'll switch them again. And you just want to, as tight as you can, roll down on the fabric. Hold it with your two fingers on this end. You want to come within at least 1/4 of an inch. You don't want it to come out, but the glue to come out when you roll it, but you want it to seal it so you don't have to go over it again. And just roll that a little bit. Lift it off my paper table. And I set that up there to set up, and we'll do the second one. So we just want to roll this as tight as we can. I've got a little bit extra on the end here. That's where I'm going to glue the hand. We'll take a little bit more off that. Then you see where the caps of the roller are peeking out there. We're gonna glue our hands right on that top. We don't have to worry about it getting in there all the way because we're going to have cuffs We're going to glue some cuffs on there next. Let that set up there. We'll do the other one. Just want to push it right in there so it gets on that white roller. Let those set up for a minute. I'll get out the 2 1-inch by 3-inch pieces of neon green fleece. Is what we're going to do is we're going to find the seam in the back, and we're going to glue the wrists at the seam, make the glue them so the seam is the same as the seam in the back. This is going to be a little long. I usually do cut them a little long rather than a little short. So just glue that on there. I'll put a little glue on the other side. And I'm going to trim that a little bit so that the seam matches. And then on the other side, I'm going to pull it down a little bit where you can see the rubber band on the front side, and put a little bit of glue in there too. So we'll do the same thing with the other arm. Go ahead and glue that down. And then turn it over and lift it up and glue it down to that rubber band a little bit better. There, our 2 arms are ready now. You just want to bend them and make sure the seams are facing down. Is what we'll do is glue them right to the back of the stump. It's going to look like this in the front, and then right to the back of the stump in the back, about halfway. I'm having a problem with my glue being a little bit stringy. So just glue that right on like that. Let it set up. It's going to look like that. And I'm going to glue the other one on and let them both set up, and then I'll be back with you. So we've got the arms set up on here. I wasn't real happy with how the glue turned out on the seam. You can see the glue a little bit here and there. What I do, kind of a little cheat, is to take a permanent marker the same color as the fabric, and I just color over the glue. See, I had 3 spots. And that little magic there. So what we want to do is take and make the stem with the 2 6x6 pieces of neon green fleece. We're going to glue 3 sides and leave the one side open to go down on the head. So you want to get your hopefully full glue gun and just work your way around gluing the stem. I need to let that stem set up. For a couple minutes before we turn it right side out. And we can kind of take our face to the jack-o'-lantern and get it in place. And once you have it on there like that, I just take and kind of sneak some glue behind there, enough to hold it in place so it doesn't move around on you. Then once you have it, everything in place, you can go back and start. Let me get some glue off my hands here. You can go back and start putting some more glue on there. That's about as far as I'm going to go with getting the face glued on there. That's something that you can do afterwards and make sure that you have it glued on every little point that you want it. But this gives you an idea how to do it. Then we're going to go back to the stem, which is all set up on the 3 sides, and we're going to turn it right side out. You want to put a little bit of fiberfill in there. And then we're going to go ahead and put the little stripes that I have on the stems. You can see how they are up here. We're going to go ahead and put those on. We'll start by putting one in the middle and just kind of lay it down on there how you're going to want it. I bring it all the way up to that top seam and then down. So it's going to be in the center like that. And then just take your glue gun and run a bead right down the center. And then you want to do both sides. And then the third one over here. Now I'm going to let those set up for a minute, and I'm going to put a touch more fiberfill in there, and then we can attach it. We'll attach this to the head. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm going to take and glue this just to the top of the head. And then we'll glue it on the back. I think I need some more glue. Just want to run about a 1/2 inch bead of glue across there at the very top of the head. And let that set up a minute. Because when we turn around to the back and start gluing, we don't want this to pull off. I'm still holding the front. I'm going to get started on the back while I'm still holding the front. And then hold that down. I just glued it right over the arms. I'm holding the front and the back at the same time right now. And I'm going to let them set up and I'll be right back with you. Got the front and back all set up. And I want to glue the stem to the side of the arms. So I'm going to drop a little bit of glue there inside the stem and bring that down. I'm going to let that set up a little bit, and then I'm going to drop some glue there and bring that down and let that set up. And then I'll be right back with you. Okay, I've got the sides of the stem glued down, front and back, so it's really secure. Now I've got these 2 spots right here that are ideal to put the hair in. So we're going to take the 2 1 inch by 3/4 inch by 4.5 inch piece of hair. We have 2 of them. We're making a girl. And you can use whatever color hair you want. So you want to take them, and I am making them in ponytails. So I'll put a rubber band on each one. Then after I get them glued on, I'm going to put some purple ribbons on them. So we just want to put our glue along the top of our ponytail. And then we're going to, you can kind of hold it together like that till you get it in there so you don't get it on the head. And then just push it into place and glue it on in there. That's how we're going to do it. Not quite that high. So I'll start with this one. Well, they're setting up in there. I think I'll make the top bow that's going to go up here on top. I'm going to make it ahead of time. I've got this 12 inch by 1/2 inch piece of orange neon fleece. Just kind of find the halfway point and just tie it like you're tying a shoe. You just want to fold the extra piece of ribbon out. And then it'll be ready to go on top. The next thing we can do is put the purple bows where the rubber bands are. Just find the center. It takes a minute, but it's really easy. There. Got those in place. The next thing we want to do is put the leaves. These are 2 by 4 inch leaves. Now, remembering that you want to put the bangs in the front here. You might have to trim the bangs a little bit, but you want to leave enough room for the bangs. And then we're going to put the bow on the top of that. So let's put the leaves about there. Oops. Glue on the end of my finger did that. And then I glue them one more time. I think I'll trim a little piece off. We'll put that on there. Next, we're going to put the little bow on the top. on what we want to do next is do the shoes. Take your 8x6 pieces of black felt, fold them the long way over, and then take and fold them once, twice, like that, to get your shoe. And the raw edge will go glue underneath, and then the folded edge will be on the front where you can see. So you want to glue your shoe down. These are as flat as you can get them, really for show. I'm just gluing up all the seams. Starting to pick up hair off the table now. I kind of put them close together, but not all the way. And you want to leave about maybe about 1.5 inches out where you can see them, and the rest we're going to glue underneath. I'll get her ready. Make sure I have enough glue. And then you want to just get your glue running across the bottom. And then just take her and set her right down like that. And then we're going to let her set up, and I'll be right back with you. So how I finish off the shoes once they get dried on there like that is I go ahead and clip off the corners. If you can. I think I need some new scissors. No. You clip off the corners. And my fear is I'll cut the other foot. There we go. Clip them off like that, and then you want to go ahead and glue them again right where you cut off. They're a lot cuter with the shape to them like that than coming out just like a square or rectangle. So you just want to go and glue the insides of the cavity where you just cut. And I'll do the other shoe afterwards. The vine, the neon colored green chenille stem, you just curl it up, fold it in half, curl it up, and then it just slips underneath the hat right here. So we'll put some glue on it. I'll slip it right underneath there. My glue has just been all over the place today. Then we want to make the trick-or-treat bag. I'm going to take the two 6x6 pieces of neon green fleece. And you want to glue the three sides, the bottom and the two sides. I think these are adorable little boy and girl trick-or-treaters in their pumpkin jack-o'-lantern costumes. They're 14-inch plush collectibles. So I've got the bag all set up with the three sides. I can turn it inside out now. And you want to fold it down. You bend your neon orange chenille stem in half. See, it's going to go out that way, so we're going to tuck that in. Glue it at the halfway point, right on the seam. Try to get underneath where you folded and just bring it down to the other end and twist it. We're going to put this on this side, so we wanted the little orange was supposed to be a little string to come out the opposite side. I'm going to write trick or treat on here. I used an orange permanent marker on that one. And then you can just tack down this folded down tack it down over the chenille stem. Kind of bunch it up a little bit. We gotta put some stuffing in there. Then you just want to glue it together. And then we're gonna kind of figure out where we want bag to be. I think about there is good. So we're going to want to put our glue right here. You want the trick-or-treat words to face the front so the viewer sees the trick-or-treat right away when they're taking in the plushed collectible, because that way they realize right away this is a little trick-or-treater in their jack-o'-lantern outfit. It all comes together in one quick view. So I will put another little dab of glue right here. And let that set up, and then we're done. It's a pretty easy project. It doesn't take too long, and what we get as a reward in the end is priceless. It's a beautiful little 14-inch plush collectibles. Hold that just another couple seconds. So if you like the video, make sure to like. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe.